Welcome back to another episode of the Married Life. Married Life.
MURRAY Married Life.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Terrence.
We talking about black demographics. We found this website. It's just got interesting facts about black people, I guess.
All people.
I mean, it tell you about everybody, but
yeah, but we
it's
really got on
focused
it.
on black people.
Yeah, that's why we got on it. And it's called blackpeopledemographics.com.
I thought it was just black demographics.
Black demographics?
Yeah.
Black demographics.
Yeah, it's just black demographics.
I said black people, didn't I? It could be black people, shoot. But it's blackdemographics.com. And I'm going to put that right at the bottom.
Okay.
All right, so what we talking about with the black demographic?
One of them was black small-owned black businesses. I was interested in that.
Yeah.
We picked. What else did we pick?
Well, there's a few on the
Well, yeah, we went through.
Yeah, and out of the topics that they have and the options to pick is like population, households, economic, education, culture, and geography, health, what we do, and resources.
Well, what we do is just telling you about them. Resources is just where they got the information. How did you find this?
I found it from Kevin Samuels.
Okay, Kevin Samuels. Because that's where he quote his stats from.
Yeah.
Or used to quote his stats from.
So some of the information, and because I was questioning was it true or not, so I said let me go check out the jump.
Right.
So yeah, that's where we got it. So once I got onto it, I was like, damn, it's a lot of information that I didn't know. All types of stuff, crime, money, but we'll get into it though.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
So the first one I checked out was black-owned business, small black-owned business, and it's 34.5 in the United States.
Now
34.5 small black-owned business. Most of them sole proprietor, partnership, like LLCs and stuff.
Okay.
One thing they did say about small black-owned business, because they sole proprietor or, partnerships, they don't employ a lot of employees. They don't employ a lot. So it's mostly just it's the sole proprietor running the business, or it's just the two partners. They don't employ a lot of the public.
I can see that.
Yeah, I understand it.
Because as you were saying that, I'm thinking about all the people I know that own businesses, and it's just them.
It's just them, right?
Yeah.
Now you got and another surprising fact about that: of the 34.5% small in the United States, small black-owned businesses, 38% of that is here in DC. So that's a big chunk.
Say it again then?
Of the 34% throughout the United States, 38% of that is here in DC. And those was like kind of recent stats. So I was like, oh, interesting. It's grown. And they said it has grown. So more small black businesses are hiring people, but it's just all other races, with white people, employing the most.
Yeah.
And having the most small businesses or business period. They employ the most people, but so.
And I definitely can see that. And I was thinking that takes time to get to the point where you would hire employees, because
Right.
for one, just to start the business, that's a process, and
in itself.
yeah. And you gotta have that running a certain way.
Yeah.
Then you go to employees, and
Right.
the average business, I don't know about black or white over the race, but it doesn't last longer than the 3 years.
Right.
So you got to get to that point. And I'm pretty sure that the small businesses are booming more than it was in past history.
Yeah, it's rising.
Yeah, so you got to give it time.
Oh well, the black small owned businesses.
Yeah. So I think we got to give that thing time. Then we'll be in another category. We'll be in higher employees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I think
it's
it's
gonna
only
take some
going.
time.
It's definitely going to take time, and it's only going to. The number's only going to grow. Everybody's out to try to, with the way prices are and everything. Everybody out to try to, have a little hustle. And even if you don't make an LLC out of it, which everybody should get an LLC.
Yeah, LLC for sure.
Get in good standing with your LLC. I think that it's only going to grow because, everybody wants a little hustle, like I was saying. And, yeah. It's a good way to go.
Yeah, and I think the times
Try.
have changed. Yeah, times are changing because me and my uncle Kevin were talking about how there's a little more options now. Like you don't have to do this. You can start your own business or whatever you want to get into. You can start there. Is more options now. One thing I don't know if I told you this before. So one day I'm chilling with our oldest son, and he told me, he said, "Man, if my father got his own business and my mother got her own business, I gotta have my own business." So they already thinking about that, but we wasn't thinking about that. We was thinking about who we gonna work for when we get out of school and stuff like that. So it's definitely changing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm proud of them about that.
Yeah.
And you said 34% out of the nation.
In the nation, there are 34% of small owned business are black, and most of them here. Well, I can't say most, but if you divide them at 50, most of them are here in DC.
Now, before you saw that online, would you have guessed that was the number?
Well,
34%?
34? No,
Yeah, me neither.
no,
That surprised me when you said that.
no. I don't even never. I always wonder, like, compare cities to DC in Maryland. I always compare other cities. Like, I wonder, do they have that kind of culture in their cities? From us talking to other people who live other places. I always wonder, but I never stop to think, about the percentage of small black-owned businesses.
Yeah. Well, I always think that our city is like a progressive city. When we travel, it probably sounds stupid when I say it, but you hear me say it all the time. They don't have a lot of Tesla stations around here, so that's my idea that it's progressing a little bit.
For black people?
No. Period. You know what I'm saying? In order for black people to progress, you got to be in a place where it's progressive. Like we can't just be in a country and there's a group of progressive black people and the country is not a progressive place. So because DC is a progressive place, that allows the black people in here to do a little more things. Because it used to be our city.
Right.
It used to be Chocolate City. So we ain't going nowhere.
Right.
All right, so according to black demographics, all right, so the life expectancy, and we're going to start from the 1900s to 2016. So we're going to do black men and black women, and then I'm going to say the white men and white women.
Okay.
All right, so in the 1900s,
Right.
black men, the life expectancy was 33 years old for a black man, and the woman is 33.5.
So they just say 1900s. They don't give you.
They said 1900, yeah.
That's it. Oh, okay. 33 for both of them.
Yeah. How was that possible? Does 33 years old? No old people? Or were they not recording it?
No, I'm just sure that more people died before 33 than lived. That's all that it means.
Damn, what was going on? But we are talking about and
like, you got to think, back then they was dying in childbirth.
Yeah,
still.
Yeah, and it's a big gap too, because the other ones is like 10-year increments, but this one is like a 1900 to 1950.
Okay.
So that's 50 years, anything,
right.
Could be going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the black man is 33, black woman 33 and a half. That's 1900 to 1950. The white man is 47.6, and the white woman 48.7.
Well, I would say, too, you had discrimination too that probably didn't account for a lot of the
you ain't
black people living long.
Yeah, we ain't gonna count them.
What?
Like
they're not getting health care. They're not getting taken care of. You think it's easy for them to get a doctor? They not. They probably was still pulling weeds out their backyard, boiling them, trying to fix stuff.
Yeah, then what I was thinking is a lot of them probably went in the books too.
What?
A lot of people, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, it had to be something going on because that is a hell of a difference, 48 and 33.
Right.
That's what's
That's
that?
a heavy swing. 15, almost 15 years.
Yeah. And living in the same place? Like what's going on?
Discrimination to me.
Yeah. So something's going on with that. All right, so that was the 1900s to 1950.
Right.
So in 1950, jumped up a little bit, started living a little longer. Well, now we at 61 for the black man. For the black woman, we at 63.
What year is this?
In 1950.
50.
So remember between 1900 and 1950, that's when they was at 32s and 30s, all that.
Okay.
So in 1950, then that's when we go up to 60 for the black man.
Wow, it doubled.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm gonna do my research to see what made us live a little longer during that time, or
Right.
was they keep a record more? All right, so the white man, he has 69.
Okay.
White woman 72.
And we at what? 60 what?
63.
Both of us? Black men and women?
Nah, now the women always live longer than men.
Yeah.
I always heard about
we
that,
stress
but
y'all out. What is it?
you stress us out.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, now for the
Put that press on that ass.
oh my goodness! All right, so for the black woman, it's 63.
63 and the men is what?
61.
Oh, that's not too bad. That's not a lot of stress. That's just a
You
little
still
bit
here
of
when you
stress.
ain't.
That's just a little bit of stress.
Ain't the number
Look at
not
all that
2 years.
stress that white lady putting on her husband.
Hold on, what's the white lady? What she put on her husband?
5 years.
Nah, she ain't 5 years. She only did 3. So that's 2 or 3. So that's not a lot. But y'all still, what y'all doing over there?
I don't know. I wonder what the factors in that.
Yeah.
Just like, the factors that made us jump from 30 to 60.
I know.
What's the factors in women living longer?
Yeah. And then now, from the 1950 to 2016, we go from 60, living to 60 years old, to 75. And that's what I've been hearing recently.
75, right, is the average,
yeah.
right.
So I've heard about it a long time. But 75 only started in 2010.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's like the knowledge or the knowing that we can do a little bit more to prevent our...
Right.
Does that help a little bit?
Does that help?
Yeah.
And you would think with, they're saying that, we sit around more and we don't exercise as much. We're always on our phones. Everything is so convenient. Mm-hmm. I wonder what it would look like in 20 more years. You know what I'm saying? So,
do you think we will the numbers will go up or go down?
I don't know.
Like, what would you have to guess?
I was saying down.
Going down.
Just because
just all the stuff we got going on.
Yeah, just all our stuff. A little bit more pressure on us now.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying, the sitting around, everything is so convenient. Fast food is taking off. That's everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know what I'm saying?
It used to be cheap. It ain't even cheap no more. But we don't even care.
We don't, because it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's fast food.
Fast food. Now, me and you joked. Well, we're going to talk about it. So, 2016, the highest person out of everybody, black, white, man, woman, 2016, 81.
The highest, that's the longest living?
Yes, life expectancy.
Who is it?
The white woman.
The white woman, 2016.
And you know who that is, though?
Karen.
God
bless her.
She refused to die. She's not going nowhere. She like, before I die, I need to see the manager.
Right.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm not going down there. Who's in charge down there?
Right.
Yeah, I need to see the people.
She making sure at the hospital her shit is taken care of.
Right. So no, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna pass until I know the facts.
Right. So that makes sure everything good.
Yeah, but that seemed about right. But 81?
81 is the longest living person, and that's a white woman.
Not
Caucasian.
the longest. Yes, they said the average.
Average lifespan of a Caucasian woman is 81.
81.
The average lifespan of a African American woman is
77.9.
77.9.
Mm-hmm.
And the black man and the white man are...
All right, so the black man is 74.8, and the white man is 78.5.
78. Dang, that's still 4 years off for the black man.
Yeah. Well, think about this is how I look at it. I'm trying to have a good time. Let's say a person lifespan. Let's say a person lived to be 60. I'd rather have 60 great years than 75.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Does that tell you anything about the diseases or anything?
Diseases.
No. Because we had talked about diseases,
Yeah,
you know.
Yep.
Touch of sugar.
Yeah.
But you know, I already
you
know.
said a what?
Touch of sugar.
What's the
Not
touch
everybody
of sugar?
got a touch of sugar.
What's the touch of
Diabetes.
sugar? So everybody got a touch of sugar.
A lot of people got a touch of sugar.
A touch of sugar.
You never heard that before?
Yeah, I heard that before. Old black people stuff. Everybody get a little touch of sugar.
They say I got a touch of sugar.
My sugar go up. Knowing the doctor didn't call it no sugar when you went up there. The doctor said my sugar high.
Sugar. That's what it is.
Doctor didn't say the sugar.
I bet you the doctor did say sugar going high.
Okay, all right.
Because you're going to be like, Doc, what does this mean? That means sugar high.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it alone. All right. So we going to stay on life expectancy.
Okay. So the diseases is not under there.
Yeah. It was right underneath that.
Oh, okay.
So it was talking about the top 10 causes of death for black Americans. Now, it went from 1980, it only did two. 1980 and 2016.
Okay.
But as I look at the list, it's the same top 10.
Same 10.
It's just in different orders.
Fluctuate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like, golly, what's going on? Like, we ain't have no improvement? Because that's a long time.
Right.
And some of the top, let me give you the top. Then the top 3 stayed always.
Okay. Heart disease.
Now, how did you know that? Before?
They always talk about heart disease. Everybody's talking about heart disease. Heart attack, stroke. You know, heart disease is a big thing, and it's always talked about. They used to have this song on WTOP. It was a heart attack song. And, you know, I drew blood for a long time. You know, I always heard of heart disease. So.
Yeah, because I was looking them up. You was like, heart disease. You knew all the break.
Yeah, heart disease is number one killer for almost everybody.
Well, they got number 2 is cancer. It's been the same. There's no difference. And number 3 has been stroke or other diseases, but stroke.
I thought stroke was a heart disease, part of heart disease.
Yeah, they said stroke. Yeah, I thought so too.
Maybe it's something else. A blood clot could give you a stroke, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe.
But homicide has always been on there.
Homicide
has always been on there. Diabetes been on there.
Okay.
Liver disease.
Drinking. Oh, you know what? Drinking and drugs give you liver disease, hepatitis C from drugs, drinking, liver.
Okay. Now, one of them says chronic liver disease.
Okay.
Or chronic lower respiratory disease, lung. So the same thing.
Like
drinking.
Pneumonia. I would think that's more lung disease, like pneumonia. What's the other one? It's flu. Or part of that. I know pneumonia is definitely messes with your lungs.
Yeah, pneumonia was on here. Pneumonia's on influenza.
Oh, it's separate. It's separate.
Yeah, pneumonia and influenza.
It's separate from lung disease. Then I don't know. Maybe that's smoking.
Yeah. Kidney is on here.
Oh, maybe that is smoking. Like, you know, like COPD. All of that. Maybe that's the lung stuff.
Now, there's one thing you told me on here I didn't know. It was unintentional injuries.
Oh, like, you know, you fall, you hit your head. Or car accident.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, because those been on in the same ones all those years.
Homicide is on there?
Homicide is on there. Homicide is number 5 in 1980 and number 7 in 2016.
At least it dropped. At least it didn't go higher.
That joke is in the top 10 still. Lisa ain't in the top 5.
Right. Yeah, exactly. At least it's not in the top 5. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know what? That just means we got to change our diet, which we've been talking about, changing our diet here lately. Exercising more.
Yeah.
You know, I saw something the other day that said, you get healthy, you're going to be the healthiest dead person everybody know. Like, you still going to pass away, but that still don't mean you rush it.
Yeah, no.
So,
we definitely could do something with it. And with this information, so we know what it was in 1980. We know it in 2016 is the same thing. So we can do something about it.
Right.
And now we don't know when we're going to pass away, but you can at least do something about it.
Don't hurt or help it.
Yeah,
so that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful.
Yeah, just be mindful.
And then you know what? The little time you are here, just be healthy and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, enjoy
you don't want to be
yourself.
sickly and be here.
Yeah, yes.
So be healthy and be here.
Life is for the living. Yeah, you gotta enjoy this thing. Yeah, so you're right about that. And the guy, I saw a video. It was a doctor. He said, if you smoke and drink, but you exercise, and as a person who doesn't smoke and drink, but they don't exercise, you will live longer than them. So the key is exercise. And then I told you about the other guy I met on the basketball court one time. He was 61. It's two guys. He was 61. His name Ty. We asked him, like, man, how you got his energy? Because sometimes he would have more energy than us. And when we was in our like 30s.
Right.
And he was like, man, I just do it every day. He said, don't stop.
Right.
Damn. Now, the other guy, his name was Melvin. He was 55 at the time. Had probably like the same amount of energy as us. Ty just had more energy. But Melvin, man, he was still doing his thing. And the same thing. Then the only difference was he didn't do it every day.
Okay.
But he did it more often than we did.
Right.
And he was 55. He probably still doing it. Yeah, so we exercise.
Exercise is a lot. It's key.
You got to keep that body moving, man.
Yeah, you definitely got to. They always say once you sit down, some older people, they sit down. It's over.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people work a long time.
Oh yeah. I don't think we are meant to just be sitting lounging around. Even when you can hear somebody say, "When I get rich, I'm just lay on the beach." No.
Yeah.
No. You gonna have to move your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't supposed to be just sitting around decaying.
Right, rotten. All right, so the next one we wanted to talk about was how African is Black America. How Black is Black America. Same thing, right?
Same thing.
So how African is Black American. So I didn't get the percentages, so if you can say the percentages.
Yeah, I got you.
So they said most of the people with the highest percentage of African DNA or blood originated in South Carolina because the majority of African slaves came through Charleston. And where does my beautiful husband's family originate? Beautiful black skin.
South Carolina. Sumter, South Carolina. That's right.
Beautiful black skin. They come from South Carolina. Even though your grandmother said one of her parents come from South Carolina also. I asked her.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I think it was dark skin too.
You think so?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Right.
Okay.
So
we got South Carolina is one of the states.
Highest percentage of African ancestry.
What would you guess another one is? Like another
North Carolina.
All right, let me see what North Carolina is at. Nah, North Carolina ain't on
What are you doing? What, like top 5 or something?
Yeah, all right. So, of course, South Carolina.
But what are you naming? What is this for?
No, I'm just talking about the most DNA in the state.
And okay, so this the most DNA in the state, and they don't give you a list.
No, for this list is DNA, black DNA.
Oh, black DNA.
African DNA.
Right.
Yeah.
And they give you a list of states.
Yeah, list of states.
Okay. And it's like a top 5.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That was hard. Okay, the top 5 states with the highest percentage of African DNA. South Carolina, number 1. North Carolina, no, you said it's not
It's
top
not
five.
No. So we got going Houston.
Texas.
You got Texas, yeah.
What? Number 2?
Got the least.
Houston got the least.
I'm gonna go down up. South Carolina, we already know is number 1, so we're gonna start from the bottom. We got Houston.
Well, I would say that's got more Hispanic roots in Texas.
In Texas?
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't even expect that. I don't know what's been going on there. You got all them black people down there. Yeah, I would say it's Spanish too.
Well, okay, I will say they moved a lot of at the end of slavery. They moved a lot of the plantation owners moved a lot of slaves to Texas to try to get away from them being free. So I don't know if that's where most of the black people come from. I couldn't tell you how many black people got sent down there, but Texas used to be a part of Mexico, so that is a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Houston, Detroit. Me, you talked about that. I don't know how.
And Detroit is at the top or the bottom?
It's still. I'm going from Houston. Got the least.
Oh, you're still at the bottom.
Houston, Detroit.
Detroit, but I thought Detroit was a black city.
Yeah, but it ain't black in South Carolina.
Obviously not.
It is. It's black.
What's the second one from the top after South Carolina?
I'm going up. I'm going up there.
Oh, it's not all 50.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay,
no.
okay.
No, you said the top 5, right?
Oh, you still on 5? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you said
okay.
top 5. I'm only doing 5, but I ain't doing all the 50.
Okay.
So the top 5.
So Detroit is number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's good. Because I was about to say Detroit's a black city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought you started at the bottom, like all the way at the bottom.
I was only on 5.
So Houston do have a lot of black people there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they got a lot of, okay, so that's the slaves coming in there.
Yeah, but I didn't know that, though.
What?
What you just told me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I thought you were saying that they had the least amount of African DNA.
No.
Oh,
Detroit,
yeah.
Then you got Delaware.
Delaware/DMV. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
So they included Delaware into D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia.
Wow.
All in one joint. Then he got Philly/Wilmington, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Then you got South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina.
So you telling me Philly/Pennsylvania? Well, Pennsylvania, because Philly is in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So Pennsylvania is number 2 with the highest amount of African.
Mm-hmm.
Never would have thunk
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
Then this area.
Mm-hmm.
Then Detroit, which makes sense because Detroit is a black city.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a high black population. And Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Wow.
I wanted to see. I didn't.
I
know
wonder
the
why
connection
that
to
city, though.
Mm.
I wonder why that city. What's
Yeah.
number 6?
Number 6 would be Chicago.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the cities with the highest population of African American or African DNA.
Yeah.
All right. So the next topic we picked was crime.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like incarceration rates. What was that? The crimes committed.
Yeah, you have the offenses.
Yeah, the offenses, right. So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And for everybody to say, like, I just was very interested in it because they always say blacks are so much more violent and
Yeah, I know.
We do the most killing and it's just I always say for 13% of us we do a whole bunch of damage. Let everybody tell it.
Let everybody tell it.
13%. And Hispanics and passed us in percentage, but we still causing the most damage. Like,
yeah, that's why I don't believe in it. And I gotta say this one thing too. So you know how people can make a point about black on black crime. It's a fact you commit crimes where you live at. You don't commit crimes really in other places. Most of the time, crime is committed where you live at. Now, of course, you try to highlight to say black on black crime, but in China, who kills Chinamen? Chinese people.
Right.
So nobody ever mentions China on China crime or Asian on Asian crime. It's just to highlight black on black, but everybody kill. Just like in the trailer parks, black people don't go to trailer parks and kill them. people who live in the trailer parks kill people from the trailer park. So
Right.
I think it's an effort to try to highlight, oh, they killing each other. We all killing each other.
Right.
So wherever you live at, the community, that's where you're going to commit the crime.
Yeah.
So they always try to hype it up like black on black. So I wanted to say that, and just for anybody who ever thought about that, like the black on black crime, that's a myth.
Right.
Crime is crime. Crime is committed everywhere.
Right.
So
by everybody.
Everybody.
Right. Everybody.
Yeah, and
everybody doing.
Yeah, and black on black crime is like one of the only terms that you hear. Like, have you ever heard of white on white crime?
No.
So it's like, come on, man. So I know it's BS when y'all just highlighting this when everybody's doing it, but I just wanted to say that. All right, so I want to talk about the offenses.
Yeah.
So some of the offenses, and I'm going to give it the black inmates and all inmates. So some of the offenses, I'm just going to give a few of them. Like, I ain't going to say that word. So they got assault, sexual assault, other violent. They got manslaughter, murder, property damage, robbery, and drugs. All right. So if you had to guess, what would you say the highest is for the black inmates? Like out of those offenses?
Drugs.
All right. Let me see. Yes, the drugs out of all of those is 21.1% for black inmates.
And when I think about the drugs for black inmates, the first thing that comes to my mind is how many of us are still locked up for weed, for marijuana. Excuse me, I don't know what we can say. What we can say.
Yeah.
How many of us are still locked up for that?
Yeah.
That's craziness. Like,
yeah, that's why every time I look around, you probably heard me say it a lot. Like, man, these times have changed because I know people that have criminal records, and their only criminal offense is having a blunt. So it's just like, yeah, something up with that. And I always thought the people who they lock up with the drugs, they don't have passports. The drugs don't come from here.
yeah.
So how can you be fighting the war if you let them come here?
Right.
So that's how I know, again, that the war on drugs is a BS.
Right.
Yeah, because if you really want to stop it, you will stop it
Before it get over the border.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
For sure. The way they be swallowing that stuff and getting operated on to get it over here, like, Jesus. It's got to be some money in that, the way they be doing it.
Got to be, man. And sometimes that's your only option. You don't have a degree in law, so you can't be a lawyer. So sometimes our only options is whatever. And I found out crime most of the time is committed for survival.
Mm.
To feed yourself, to feed your family, to provide for you or your family. So most of the crime is committed for survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time.
So what's the second offense?
All right, the second highest.
Robbery.
How you know?
I think you told me.
I told you before. Robbery.
Well, we like to hit a lick. Well, we'd like to hit a lick.
I would have guessed robbery. Yeah, that's what we. I ain't gonna say that.
I know we ain't gonna do that to our folks. We ain't gonna do that to our babies. Though we like to hit a lick.
No, I would have guessed that too.
We like to hit a lick.
Yeah, I would have guessed that too. So robbery is at 18.9. That's number 2. One more after that. Number 3
is what? Murder. Murder not number 3. God bless.
Property damage, but murder right behind it.
Oh, for us.
Yeah, right behind it. Property
so what's
damage?
The property damage is for us?
Yeah, that's number 3. Mm-hmm. But murder right behind it, number 4.
So what's the percentage on murder though?
Murder is 14.4 and the property damage is 15.2.
But okay, so we got 14.4 for murder. What do everybody else got for murder?
All right, for the murder, for the others, all right, so let me put it in order. For them, murder would be number 4 for other. Then the top for the other is property damage.
So number 4 for us is murder too.
Number 4 for us is murder.
And 4 for them is murder.
Mm-hmm.
Did they give a percentage?
Yeah, it's 13.1.
So they right behind us.
Yeah, but their other numbers is a little balanced a different way, but they still murder is still number 4 for them. Yeah. So the property damage is number 1 for them. The drugs is number 2 for them.
Oh, property damage is number 1 for them?
And robbery come right before murder.
Oh, for them.
For others.
Man, we do all the same stuff.
Same
so
thing.
drugs is not on their top, though. Like for us.
Drugs is number 2 for them.
Oh, it is on the top.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said, okay.
Yeah, it's number 2. The property damage is number 1 for them, though.
So it go property damage,
Then drugs.
then robbery, then murder.
Yeah.
They be making it out like we some animals, man.
I
They
know.
right with us.
Same thing, same numbers.
Right
Now,
with us.
I want you to check out this other thing I saw too, and the same thing you said that it don't be us all the time. All right, so this one is the state and federal prison incarceration. This is going to go from the year 2000 to 2010. I'm gonna do the black, white, Hispanic, male. Then we got black, white, Hispanic, female. From year 2000 to 2010. Now, the black inmates was at 572,000 at the year 2000.
500,000?
572,000. The
Okay.
white inmates, 436,000. Hispanic, 206,000.
Okay.
That's all across the year 2000. This is for males. So now we're going to jump to 2010. The black inmates went down 11,500. So they 11,500 less than what they were 10 years ago in 2000.
Good.
All right. So the white, 15,000 more
Oh, wow.
in 10 years. Hispanic, 120,300 more in 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
But their population has grown in the United States.
So you think it's more population?
I think
Yeah,
that
'cause
their population has grown. So there's
Yeah.
more of them committing crimes now because more of them live here now. We got a larger Hispanic population now.
All right, so let me ask you this, and I'm just being real. I want to say this the right way without offending anybody. So, do you think sometimes Hispanics get some of the grief that we used to get?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I think that they have become the new. No offense to anyone, no offense to us, but they have become the new black people. So, like as well, we used to, kind of, how can I say it? Not follow white people, but we sometimes we will move out of an all black area just to get a little bit better. But now when we're moving out, Hispanics are moving into those lower income areas and filling them up. That's where we used to fill those areas up. So it's a lot of places where we used to live, and now it's either all Hispanic or at least half Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
And their populations have grown. I mean, when we was growing up.
Yeah. Well, it's two things I want to tell you, and this is how
You don't want to tell me?
I
you do want to say? Oh, okay.
That I know that it's changing.
Okay.
All right. So when I first came to visit my grandmother, I played for Langley Park Boys and Girls Club.
Okay, when you was younger.
When I was younger, it was a black neighborhood. All my teammates black. The coach is black. Everybody's
Langley
black.
Park.
Langley Park.
No, now you can't tell.
You can't tell.
It's a Hispanic area.
All right. So in high school, I went to Northwestern High School. I remember, I think our 11th grade, for sure 12th grade year, our soccer team won the championship. It was a Hispanic.
A Hispanic team.
Yeah. But I didn't even know we had a soccer team before then.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I knew it was changing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we was like on top.
Right.
So I was like, oh yeah. And you know, Laney Park right down there, so it's
Right.
just like, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's, with the Hispanic population growing, you're going to have more crime committed by them.
Yeah, and because it go back to the survival. You got more people, people trying to survive.
Oh, yeah, survival. Yeah, survival, for sure.
So we're going to talk about the black middle class by income.
Okay.
All right, so we talked about that a little bit.
Economics.
Yeah. All right, so got the black households, all households.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to really break it down. I'm going to put this up too if I can. So, poverty. Then we talking about black households, all households.
Poverty.
Poverty for black households is 19% of black households. Then you got working class.
Okay.
/ poverty, just like almost poverty.
Right.
That's 13%. And then you got the working class.
Okay.
That's 25%.
Okay.
Then you got the middle class. That's 36%. That's the highest that we got for the black households.
That's the highest percentage.
The highest percentage.
We are middle class.
Middle class.
Majority.
Yeah, the highest that we got when you add them all the black households.
It's 36%.
So I don't know what they can
consider
a household. Yeah, that's the only thing.
Okay.
All right. So now, we got the middle class. We know that's the highest. So it's 2 more levels after the middle class.
Okay.
You got the upper middle class.
Okay.
Out of the black households, it's only 4%.
Okay.
One more class above that is upper class.
Upper.
Out of the black households, 3%.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna go to the other ones. So this is not the black household. This is all households.
Okay.
So we're gonna go upper middle class down to the poverty. So the upper middle class is 9%.
Okay.
The upper middle class.
No, so the upper class is
9%.
Uh-huh.
The upper middle class is 7%.
Okay. And we was at 3 and 4.
Yeah, it was at 3 and 4.
And they had 9 and 7.
Yeah.
And their upper class is 9. Is higher than the upper middle class?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then we got the middle class. So all households other than black. Well, this is all households, not other than black. All households.
You think they included black in that?
I don't know. I was thinking because it says all.
Okay.
So we can't exclude us now.
Okay.
So all households, 45% middle class. All households.
Okay.
Working class, it drops down. It's lower than the blacks. The working class of all households is 21%.
And black was what?
25%.
Okay.
The working class / poverty, almost poverty, is 9%.
Uh-huh.
And the poverty is 10%. Yeah. And the thing about it, as I'm looking at this, the upper class and poverty is damn near the same percent.
On both sides?
Yeah. No, poverty for black is higher.
Oh, okay.
But when you include all,
It's the same.
it's 9 to 10%.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's something.
Yeah.
And the annual household income to be considered in those classes, the annual household income. All right, so I'm gonna start with the poverty. So it's 15,000 and under. That's the annual household income.
For poverty.
Working class / poverty, 15,000 to 25,000.
Okay.
Working class is 25,000 to 50,000. And I found out the average black man in America is at 52,000.
Okay.
The black woman is 42,000.
Okay.
All right, so we got the middle class is at 50,000 to 150,000. That's the middle class.
Okay.
Upper middle class is 150 to 200.
Oh, just 50,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the upper class is 200K. All right, 200K and over.
And over. So anything over 200 is upper class.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm thinking millionaires. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
yeah, but I guess it's so small,
Okay. Last but not least, black marriages. I did not write any of the percentages of us married to us or us married to them, or vice versa.
I remember a few of them. Come on, we can do it.
Okay, go ahead, pull
Yeah.
it up. But I did write down that we had a 30% marriage rate.
Okay.
I did not write down divorce rate, so I wanted to see
Divorce
that.
rate.
Black people, black couples are at a 30% marriage rate. All the United States is at a 48%.
Okay.
And 50% of us have never been married. And out of the United States, for everybody, it's 34%.
That's right.
Yeah. And then, so for black women, I always think about black women because black women get such a bad rap online. 42% in 2005 had never been married, and the number is slowly increasing. So 2005 was 42.7, 2008 was 44%, and 2020, almost 50% of us black women had never been married. Now I want you to read me the stats for black men, though.
Which one you want to know?
For never been married.
Black men never been married, 52%.
52%. It's 48 for black women.
So again, we ain't too far off. It's right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what would make y'all's higher than ours?
It's not even no difference. It's not even a 5%
It's not even
difference.
Yeah,
It's not even no big difference.
So
it's the same.
So it's basically the
Same thing. Yeah, I think so. But this is one thing I learned recently. Everybody don't want to be married.
Right. Even some couples don't even want to be married.
So I just found out of that recently.
Yeah.
Like that ain't everybody's goal to be married. So that's one thing. And again, the same way where we have to give credit to say times are changing. Times are changing.
Right.
It ain't just like it used to be,
It ain't like it used to be.
And everybody don't want the same thing, and that's fine too.
And back in the days when grandma and grandpa got married, they did put up with more stuff. And nowadays we just, the drop of a dime, we will get divorced. The drop of a hat.
It's too easy.
Yeah. I mean, one little thing and boom, we divorcing.
Yeah. And I think the culture of like the technology and the convenience and the quickness and all that stuff, it plays a part in we can do it again. We can get another. So, the attitude, like, we don't have to deal with this. We can always get another. We can get another job. We can go to another school. We can transfer colleges. It's like it's in our culture.
Yeah.
We can switch.
Right.
So it ain't far fetched. Now, like you said, grandma and granddad. Me and you joked about it before. So let's say back in the day, granddaddy cheat, and with grandma, she ain't got no money for no apartment, so she gonna stay around.
She gonna stay right there.
But hey, this is a new day and age. Some people got money for their own apartment,
Right.
so it's like I ain't gotta be here.
Yeah, and that's one thing about black Americans now. When we talked about this before too, like you know how back in the day, when it was too many maybe black people moving into a more of a white neighborhood, the white people would start to slowly move out of that neighborhood, in which it will become a black neighborhood. But now we have such an opportunity, so much opportunity now. We're gonna be everywhere because we have that option now. As before, we didn't have that option. Now we can go. We are making money. We are prosperous now. So ain't too much of that. Moving around and stuff like that. So with more options, even in that respect, more women making money, more men making money.
Yeah. So
He quick to.
Yeah, because like I don't need.
I'm gonna get my own shit.
And two, I thought about this, like again, the society and the way we are with the way we going. You can meal prep. You can have Amazon can fill up your cart and automatically, like if you are around toilet paper, stuff like that. So it's almost like a
Convenient.
Yeah, and we don't need other people as much as we used to.
Right.
It's like it's weird, but it's changing.
Yeah, because we got our phone.
It's like everything, like what you need. And even we talk about the business before. One reason why we are starting more businesses, we can cut out the middleman sometimes. Before, we didn't know who was the middleman. We just knew you get it from this one spot. Like me, you talk about the heat and air conditioning. I cut out the middleman all the time. I'm not going to you because me and you go to the same place to get the junk. So it's just different. Even the information, let's say somebody's thinking about getting married, but in our parents' time, how you will only have to talk to somebody who's married to get a point of view. Now we got our phones. Like who you want to hear from, so it's just different. Yeah. So some people say, you know what, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people,
and online too. It is, and it is a popular thing to make it bad.
oh yeah,
It is a popular thing to make it seem like a bad situation.
yeah, it for sure. And people have voices too. Where I can say it, like let's say I'm feeling some type of way. Now I can tell millions of people.
Yeah.
And give them an impression like it ain't all as
it
cracked
ain't
up.
all right.
Yeah, so it's just like
But you know, and too on the other side of that, you know, you give an impression on your frustrated day, and we all have those days. But then what about those days where the good days? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of and it be funny stuff too. You get on there and you know my wife do this. It's funny, he.
Yeah.
But then they're thinking like I am trying to go through that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so that's why one of my tips is always like you gotta be ready for marriage. Like you gotta hate the person, but even when you hate them, you're like, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm not nothing. Tomorrow I'm not gonna hate them. In 15 minutes I'm not gonna hate them.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be at that point because if you're not, you gonna be ready to sign them papers at the first tough time.
Yeah, and I always say, man, if you ain't ready to do what you said, just leave it alone. Just don't do it. You don't have to be married.
Right.
Like
right.
you just leave this. And that's not for you.
Yeah.
And from a man's point of view, I want to say this to anybody who's listening: if you're not prepared to lead this thing, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Because you're wasting somebody's time, and you're gonna lead somebody to somewhere where it's not gonna be productive. So if you're gonna do that and take that road, you gotta be prepared to lead, and you gotta have somewhere for the people to go. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm the man of the house, and we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you gotta like if you ain't ready for that, get your stuff together, then go attack that. Don't just be like, yeah, I'm the man of the house, and I'm trying to figure it out. Like we all trying to figure out, but at least have somewhere for your wife to go. Because if you don't, you're gonna have problems.
And she gonna give you big problems.
She gonna give you big problems
if you don't take the helm.
Yeah, you got to, bro. You got to. If you don't have nowhere for the lady to follow, you in trouble. You're in trouble. It's the truth. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I'd agree. So 50% never been married. 52 for men. What's the divorce rate?
For the black men, 10%.
10% for the black.
A black woman, 13%. Again, we right there.
Right there together.
On the same thing. And then even the married for the black men is 33. The women married 27. So again, we still in the 5% difference. It's not too much.
Right. It's not a big spread.
It's not a big spread. No.
Okay. Now, what about dating, marrying, in your race and outside of your or race or culture?
Yeah, that's another thing too. I used to think, even like Kanye songs and stuff like that, they used to joke about Charles Barkley and a few other famous people that we know. They say when you get money, you on
switch,
right? So I'm, without even knowing anything, I'm really thinking it's higher than
right,
like high.
Just from what you hear, you think it's higher.
I'm thinking it's high,
right?
But in actuality, black men are married to black women is 85%.
Right. It's
high.
high.
Yeah, black men only date outside of their race 15%. Black men dating white women is 8%.
It should be on there.
It's right there.
Okay.
It's 8%. So the
Okay.
other 3 is other.
Oh.
Black men dating other races is 3%.
Oh.
But I really thought before then it was like 30s, 40s.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely did too. But that just goes to show everything you hear ain't true.
Yeah.
Just like what they say, all black people are violent. We locked up the most. We committing the most violent crimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the numbers don't have such a spread on it that it's making so much of a difference. 1% for murder.
Them numbers ain't right all the time, man. We know that.
Yeah.
It depends on who
telling the story.
Yes, and who is asking you for the survey. Because whoever asking for the survey is you going to swing it in their way.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know.
Well, that's interesting. 85%. Wow. I wish they would have did something on what Kevin said, high value. You know what I'm saying? Like
What you mean?
Head of household type of situations.
Okay, like the example.
Black women, black men, head of household type of situations.
Now, what
you know,
mean?
like running out, making the most money in the household.
Make the most. Oh,
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you think about the woman? Well, I asked other guys, and we don't care if our women make more money than us because we ain't broke.
Yeah.
So I now some guys they have said to me before in the past that they would have a problem with that.
Right.
Like they had to be the one making the most money.
Right.
So what you think about that?
As long as everybody contributing to the household, I don't think you should care. I don't think it should matter.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't think it should matter. Just
I don't think it should matter.
Everybody gonna be taking care of the same. So
yeah, and everybody has their part to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think it's a problem if one person carries all the load.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, either way, man or woman, unless like, come on now.
Unless that's that different type of culture, that different type of
true.
Would you say that ain't our
true. Mm-hmm.
This ain't our time or what you called it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
You never know. Just like women making more money than a man, but maybe somebody else do. So it's all up in the air.
Yeah.
You know, relationships is a tricky thing. I think before all of money play a big part in your relationship.
If anybody say it don't, they lying.
They definitely lying. Money plays a big part, especially if you hold it over them or you make them feel some sort of way about it. Or the person who is not making the money is taking advantage. You know what I'm saying? You got to be fair in the situation. But yeah, that's why if you having your core relationship got to be strong.
Yeah, you got to. Ain't a way around that.
No, your core have to be strong in order to survive stuff like that.
Yeah, because a weak core and you have a bit of financial trouble, it's gonna fall.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's gonna fall. So you gotta have that strong.
And then put kids in it.
Oh man.
Lordy be Jesus.
Yeah, that's a whole different
Oh
thing.
my,
right
that's
there.
a monster. So you gotta, your core gotta be strong. Or papers will be signed. So that's tough.
Yeah, and now that's why I'm always a fan of getting your stuff right, then get into that. That's the best situation to me. Even not even like to be in a relationship. Even getting yourself right financially and even whatever to date.
Right.
Because you're gonna have a better dating experience.
Right. If you get yourself together.
If you get yourself together, then you decide to date.
I mean, or you can come in even killed. Both of y'all come in even killed. Both of y'all are still working on getting yourself together. You don't think that's a good pair?
Nope. I don't think it's a good pair.
I think you can grow with somebody that way.
Yeah, I mean, well, my personal opinion, no. Because it's, okay, now, at a certain point, yes. But if both of y'all down, no. Like you got to get up to a certain point.
You think
So
two broke people shouldn't date?
I'm talking about dead broke. No.
Oh no, dead broke. No, dead broke. You still live with your parents.
That's what I'm saying. Like at that level, no.
You dating though.
You shouldn't be dating. You should be trying to get yourself together.
Well, yeah, that should be. But you know, people not going to stop dating.
No. I'm
you
just
talking
saying
about
my
working
personal
towards
opinion.
a serious relationship.
Even
Heck
dating,
no.
you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between sexing and dating. Now you can sex broke people sex, homeless people sex.
Yeah, true.
So if you want to sex is. But when you
Sex your
talk
heart
about
out.
dating, man, get yourself together, man.
Yeah.
So you can.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
So you can tip the damn waiter.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So you can go out buy
dead broke. You should not be dating.
You shouldn't be dating.
No.
So that's all I'm saying. Just get yourself together to a certain point. Then you can grow. But now both of y'all at the bottom, like, yeah, we're gonna get ourselves out of this shelter.
Right,
no.
Right. No.
Yeah, get yourself
I
together.
wasn't. I wasn't thinking that low. I wasn't thinking that low. Because when you that low, that shouldn't be an option. So I didn't even. My mind didn't even go there.
Well, I seen it the other day. They were two homeless people, and I understand. I don't understand that.
No, that's a different scenario. They on the streets. They homeless. They
so
both begging. They don't even kill. They even killed, and then they need to keep each other warm at night.
Oh no! Both of y'all ain't got their stuff together. So
that's a different.
So how am I look out for you? Like how am I buy 2 sandwiches? Like so.
No, they're not buying 2 sandwiches. They standing on 2 separate corners.
Oh my goodness! So
that's a totally different. The homeless people is different. Take them out of the scenario.
Yeah.
Take them out. That's a whole nother lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, you just gotta. Your core gotta be strong. That's all I'm saying. Be strong. Yeah, at the end of the day, whatever scenario situation you in, if you're going to try to be with somebody, your core gotta be strong.
Gotta be strong. But it take time to build that core. You can't jump into that, and the core don't happen just because. Y'all cool. Oranges is feel good. Hey, let me say this too, because I'm out the dating game, but I can say this: there is more non-sexual hours than it is sexual hours. So just think about that.
Right.
For real, because you can have sex for for whatever many hours, but it's going to be more non-sexual hours. So think about that when you're making that long-term decision. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing
stay in that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those non-sexual hours.
Right.
Because that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, that's important.
That's very important. That's your core right there.
That's the core right there. Yeah.
That's your core. Like, yeah. You gotta have your own corners too. You got to.
Oh yeah. You gotta have your own.
Got to have your own corner.
But again, now how you get your own corners? You gotta get yourself together, right?
You got to have yourself. You got to have yourself together to get your own corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so again, you got to get yourself together.
Yeah, for sure. But so black marriages wasn't that too far off. Mm-hmm. Out of all of this, I have learned that despite public hearsay, the numbers is not that bad.
No.
Now poverty is terrible on our end.
Mm-hmm.
Poverty, that's too high.
Yeah.
Little numbers here and there. It's like, damn.
All right. So we'll do where are the black men with jobs? So we talked about.
You found it on there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So that's the one you were talking about with the San Diego.
Right, San Diego, right? Seattle.
All right. So I'm gonna read this. Black full-time working population of 50,000 or more. That's what I wanted to know. It said this one. Like, what's the population of that jump?
And what did it say?
It says black full-time working populations of 50,000 or more. So the top 5, like you said, this is the metros. Top 5, like you said, San Diego, Seattle, Washington. You said Denver, Phoenix, and Minnesota. Mm-hmm. All right. So the bottom, you remember the bottom?
I just got St. Louis at the bottom.
All right, so St. Louis was the absolute bottom.
Yeah.
Cleveland. Little Rock, Arkansas. Birmingham, Alabama, and then Milwaukee. Those are the bottom. All right, so the top 5 are the smaller cities. Remember the other one was 50,000 or more.
Okay.
This one is 15,000 up to 50,000.
Oh,
so
okay.
they're smaller cities. So the top 5: Portland, Clarksville, Tennessee, San Jose, Santa Clara, California, Providence, Rhode Island, and Temple, Texas. That's the top 5 in the smaller cities. The bottom 5 in the smaller cities: Monroe, Louisiana, Greenville, North Carolina, Mobile, Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, and Florence, South Carolina. Now, in Florence, they say it's 77 working black men for every 100 black women.
And what about Portland?
Portland, 150 black men for every 100 black women. Yeah, that's all right. So remember, this is 15,000 to 50,000. I'm gonna go a little bit smaller. So this is for the cities that's 5,000 to 15,000. The top 5: Honolulu, El Paso, Texas, Salt Lake City. You know, black people in Salt Lake.
You see what I'm saying?
What the hell? All right, hold on. Let me.
What's the 5th one?
Is Oxnard, California. That's where which guy's from? Anderson .Paak.
Okay.
And Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's the top 5. Now, I was thinking about Utah. So Utah is 180 to 100 black women.
Utah. What
Salt
they got,
Lake.
like 150?
What if they got 280 black people?
I was about to say they ain't got that many black people out there.
That's all they black people together.
Got the most jobs. Something ain't right with these numbers. This crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. What if some of them places you can't be a black dude that's doing nothing?
I don't know. Something on here. Look at something. Bottom 5. Something. God.
This
damn.
is the population of 5,000 to 15,000.
Small ones.
It's 80 men working for every 100 women. Assumption. Okay. Damn. All right. So I definitely wanted to read that one.
So I'm wondering here, because the black population in these cities are smaller, even the 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what boosts the numbers and make it look better for those cities? You know what I'm saying? Because those cities are not African, Black, American heavy cities.
It got to be a little number of those people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because their population is lower, it makes their numbers look better in those cities.
Now, I really think it's 280 black people in Utah.
I agree with you.
And that's all the people
I
they
agree
got.
with you.
With that joint that come in the paper, the census junk? Yeah, they sent that and that's all they got.
They got 283 people, black people, in freaking Seattle.
Right, yeah, that's why the number's high. It got to be. That's the only thing. It got to
And
be.
Sumter, you know why Sumter on the list?
What?
Because the population of Sumter is 50,000 and then 48,000 black people there. And then you want to say, oh, well, they ain't working that much. You got too many of them there.
No.
I don't know. I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to make sense of it.
No, but something is in the joint is only 5,000 to 15,000. Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's a small joint there. So.
Well, we know something small.
Yeah, it's a small joint there.
Yeah.
We won't figure it out. But man, I enjoyed this one though. Like demographics.
Like all the brothers is over in Phoenix, Arizona, just working their hearts out.
That's what they are. What if we go over there, John? That's the Black Mecca. You don't even know.
Just undercover.
They ain't even want to tell y'all.
Progressive.
They just living on that joint. Doctors, whole town. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey man, you never know.
We gotta hit Texas up.
Yeah, we gonna hit Texas.
Houston.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit Houston.
We gonna hit it right this time.
Yeah.
Dang, so that's our black demographics right there.
Black demographics, very interesting. Numbers wasn't so bad, like I said. I'm very proud of my people.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
You know, you got a population of us that just ain't going.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, we are.
And don't forget too, every race has a group of their race that they embarrassed of.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. I love us. We'll continue to love us. And I'm going to call them and get them to update some of these numbers.
Okay, well, we're going to get some more information. But yeah, but this is different, though. I like this. We'll do a little something different.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see.
And make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share this video, man. That's another thing, too. I'm glad you said something. I'm going to say this. I've been thinking about this. This is a grown folks channel. Like, and what I mean by that is I ain't talking about no kids, nothing like that. No, this is about grown people. We trying to be better. We're trying to learn something. We're about family. We're about progressing. We're about our people. We're about the community. We're about not even just only black people. We are about
Good people.
citizens. Yeah, good people. So this is what we talk about. And I've always liked to do a topic to prove that we are not just about skits and talking about black relationships. Like, we are smarter than that.
Yeah.
So that's why
And it's more to life than that.
It's more to life than that. And so I'm always excited about these type of episodes because we smarter than that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get that out of the way because I've been thinking about that recently.
It's definitely more to life than just marriages, black marriages, what black people doing wrong or right, and black people, period. Yeah, I be trying to have a good time and do everything, so I don't want to just talk about those certain type of things. So
yeah, so we're gonna come with different stuff.
We always come with different stuff.
That's what I wanted to give you right there.
No, you did. No.
For real, because this was a good episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a round of applause.
Yes, for sure.
And let you know.
By the grace of God, we finished.
Yeah, we finished.
Good night. Have a good day.